Hello and welcome to Crypto Ride. My name's Anthony, and in this episode, we're going to reveal why Ripple's price is going parabolic this week, talk about a wild and, in my opinion, far-fetched end-of-year price prediction that's been floating all around social media, and discuss whether or not now is a good time for you to invest in XRP. But before we get started, I just want to thank all our subscribers and remind you, if it's your first time stopping by, to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and to consider subscribing and joining us too on this crypto journey. All right, let's talk XRP. First, I want to look at an article I found on Block Explorer News. Now, this is entitled "Everything You Need to Know About xRapid. Ripple's crypto service going live next month." Sagar Sabai made this announcement earlier this week that xRapid, which was initially announced, I believe, back at Consensus 2018 in April, but now he announced that it's going to be going live sometime in October potentially. And that is what woke up the sleeping giant we all know as XRP. So these bullets right here say Ripple has partnered with 120 banks, some of those being Western Union, Santander, and American Express, some really big American and even worldwide banks. But none of these banks are yet using the XRP token. xRapid will change that, using Ripple's cryptocurrency XRP to settle payments. And if you didn't know or don't know the fundamentals about Ripple, basically they settle cross-border bank transactions, and they do it at a lower cost, and they do it much, much quicker. xRapid is said to be as fast as 4 seconds. This is a task that currently takes banks days to complete and costs them a ton of money. To date, Ripple's been using something called xCurrent. So here it says, most of the partnered banks are using a Ripple service called xCurrent. It uses blockchain technology to help banks make faster payments and communicate better. And then here it says, the vast majority of banks are using xCurrent, but Ripple's trying to nudge them towards xRapid. Some banks have begun testing xRapid product and reported 40 to 70% savings. Then Brad Garlinghouse went on the record to say that he anticipates dozens, I don't know how many dozen, of banks that will be using xRapid by 2019, or really by the end of 2019. The next thing I want to do is talk to you about a wild price prediction I saw earlier this week on social media, and it was made by this character who's been calling himself Bearable Guy 123. And apparently this character, who doesn't have a real name, has made a few predictions about Ripple that have been spot on and come to pass. Lately, or this week I guess I should say, he is predicting, or she, that price of 1 XRP will be $589 at the end of year 2018. So he's saying really in 3 months from now, we'll see a $589 XRP. And I just want to tell you guys, I think this is just completely irresponsible. And I think it's going to lead people, I'm sure it has already. We watched the price jump 113% this week. It's leading people to spend money they don't need to be spending. It's leading them to FOMO in and spreading false hope. And I just hate it, if I'm being honest, which I always am on this channel. We're going to talk about price in a second, but you know, I think a more realistic price to expect for the end of the year by December, and I'm not making any predictions, but really, I think as an investor, you'd have to be happy with $2 or $3. And honestly, I think a lot of the fluctuation that happened today, and I don't want to break anyone's dreams or burst anyone's bubble, but a lot of those wild fluctuations where it went as high as 78 cents, I think these were whales playing around and having a field day, or trading bots. And you can tell that because Ripple had a really big spike, and as soon as it touched 78 cents, or as it says on my screen here, 77 cents, the price came screaming back down, and let's say, 14 minutes later, it looks like here, the price fell all the way back down to 64 cents. And at the moment, it's at 60 cents. So it's been on a wild ride. At first, we just started seeing it going up and up and up, and now we're seeing a small pullback. So one of the last questions I want to address in this video is it a good time to buy Ripple? You can see that Ripple was trading as low as 27 cents and really living there for days. And I think people just got really excited because this was just something to be excited about. I think a lot of people invested in crypto, myself included, have been waiting for something to happen. You know, could this be a catalyst for the rest of the market? Yeah, and we've seen about $30 billion come back into the market after XRP did this. So that's really good to see some of that money injected back in, but I'm not sold that this is just going to keep climbing and that it's going to go up to like $1 or more come Monday or Tuesday. And now, unfortunately, it's the weekend. And on the weekend, as you guys know, if you've been in the space for a minute, the cryptocurrency markets never stop trading. But weekends are really weird because there are usually a lot of trading bots happening, and a lot of the day traders or professional guys on Wall Street, you know, they're off for the weekend. They're spending time with their family. So I don't think we're really going to get a read on what Ripple's doing probably until Monday or Tuesday of next week. But for me, I'm interested in Ripple again. This has really caught my attention because I do think xRapid could be a huge deal if a majority of banks do adopt it, because then you have a real utility for XRP, finally. But I don't think that's going to take it, certainly not to $589. You know, I think it could take it back to the all-time highs, maybe a little past that to $5, maybe $10 or $15 within the next 2 to 3 years. But I think we really have to temper expectations, and we have to remember that a lot of these prices in a speculative market like cryptocurrency, these prices are already baked in. So if you say, oh, it's been $3 already, you know, now it can go up to $300. Well, no, because at the time it went to $3, it wasn't because Ripple was literally worth that much and XRP was worth that much. That's a valuation. So that's how much money people are projecting the company to eventually be worth. So you have to keep that in mind. And I just really wanted to say that and remind you guys to keep your feet on the ground. Before I close out this video, I just want to give you guys a target price if you are thinking about buying. And also remind you that everything I say here is just my opinion. I'm just a YouTuber. This is by no means in any way, shape, or form professional financial advice. So just remember, take everything I say or any YouTuber says with a grain of salt. But my target price right now for XRP is 45 cents or lower. I am not going to set any limit orders. I'm just going to watch this thing. I'm going to let the weekend happen and let the market come to me. And that's what I would suggest, in my humble average Joe opinion, that you do too. Aside from that, I want to thank you for watching the video and remind you to subscribe to the channel. That's it. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.